Hi everyone and welcome to my place. Today I'm here to solve problems, and the problem solving is for Melanie, who lives in Chicago. Melanie bought some of these. We call them toys here, or Pampas grass. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I love them. Gorgeous drieds. Her issue was they didn't look good in glass. So I just thought, you know what? About today is time to take stock, and we'll go right back and we'll talk about what dried forms should kind of containers to use or to put them into. Now, a dried flower is dried, as in dead, as in no moisture. When she put it into the glass, it just didn't look right. Now, I like fresh flowers in glass. Look how lovely they look into that glass. This has got life and it's got a luster. The glass has got a luster. So they all sort of like work together. One lifts the other takes it down a wee bit. Glass, fresh, never misses the point. This drieds, and you might be thinking, oh, well, what about if I went into silver? Well, depending on the silver, you can put them in, but it still doesn't look right because you've got all of this light here and you've got this dull tonal valued flower here. They just don't go together. You could put them into tin, but let me just share what they will look good in. Let's get rid of that glass because we don't want the glass. You can put drieds into terracotta. You can put them into a basket or into cane. See how the tones, they all sort of like work together? And let me just bring this up here so that you can see it with the glass again. See how it's just not quite right? Whereas with the tonal value of the basket, it sort of like brings everything down, and they all sort of like meet and marry and just all connect beautifully together. So the basket, you could use baskets. She wanted something high, so we've been digging. Let me get rid of this. Now, what I thought would be nice would be the tin, especially because the tin has got the white, and you can find these on Amazon. They're all over eBay, everywhere, and Etsy. So when I looked at that, which is exactly the same as what Melanie's got, I was able to find these here in New Zealand. So to look how much better they look together. See that, how they all sort of like marry together beautifully, and it's just pleasant on the eye. Nothing is fighting. The glass with its shine or the silver with its shine, it's sort of dominating, whereas with this, it's a dull tonal value, and so are these. So Melanie, here's a quick and easy, and also she didn't know what to put with it. Well, I think I've got you sorted. Okay, you wanted something tall? I've got a little bit of eucalyptus here, so I'm just going to throw that into there. And if your eucalyptus is too short, just get a stick and then just cable tie it on so that you can get a little bit of elevation. Now I've got another type of eucalyptus which I'm going to use with this, and I'm just going to push that in and bring that down. So we're just working with all the artificial. Now this has sort of got a little bit of a plastic luster on it, but it's also got this sort of, like, it looks like powdery mildew on the outside of it. So that's all sort of like connecting in with what we're trying to achieve here. This beautiful picture of tones and values and textures. Okay, so just shoving those in either side there. There's no right or wrong way when it comes to designing with dried forms. Okay, the next to go in is going to be one of these. And the more foliage you've got, the better it's going to be, because this is going to hold these together. I wouldn't cut them. I don't know, just put these in and then I'll let you have a look at what I'm doing. And that can just go down and into there. And with all of that foliage that's in there, it acts like a little cage so that when things go in, it sort of holds its form. So already we've got a beautiful picture. I don't think it needs anything else, but if you did want to put something else with it, I have got these beautiful proteas. Now I've got two smaller ones and two bigger ones. It doesn't matter whether, and often people will say to you, oh, you've got to work in 3, 5, 7s, 9, uneven numbers. But I don't actually sort of stick to that rule, because you could have two smaller forms with two bigger forms, and see how it's like that they sort of step down together. That's a lovely visual when you see it like that. beautiful. But I don't think it needs all of those. I think that it actually just only needs 2. So we're going to put one down into there, and I'm bringing them close to the bottom, or to the what is called the apex of my design. Look at that. See that? So the eye comes up here, it hits this, it hits those there, so you've got the lovely focal there, and then you've got all this lovely drifting coming away. If you wanted to, you could perhaps bring in a couple of these dried chrysanthemums, but when I look at the colour of that and I look at the colour of this, and my eye goes up to the colour that is in the tuitui or the pampas, it's sort of like not the right colour. So that's when you just have to say to yourself, oh, do I want it, do I don't want it? I wouldn't have that. You could also put in something like this if you wanted to, but to me, there's enough going on with just the 2 forms, the tuitui and the big, beautiful proteas. Now, there is one last thing I'd like to put into this, and this is a little bit of the gum nuts, and just have those coming into the front and then just dripping down over the side. So now look what happens. How easy is that? And on the eye, all your tonal values are the same, and it all lends and blends together. Now, if you wanted to put something else in, you could put these in, the taller tuitui. These need to be unopened a bit, but when I look into that, I think to myself, do I need that? You know what, about now I think I've got enough going on there. So I hope, Melanie, that I have helped solve your problem. For all the rest of you that were thinking, what can I put my drieds into? Keep with a dull tonal value and you'll never go wrong. Hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed sharing it with you, and I'll see you again another day.